Probably going to do a pass now all the way to the red line.
Yeah.
How late is it? Very. I've not even seen that video, so I have Hello.
What are we doing?
We are gathered here today
to witness the death of a gearbox.
Yeah, to witness the death of a gearbox. We're going to apply some boost.
Okay. 2 bar.
So I've wired in my Mac valve, installed my Mac valve on an anti-vibration bracket, and we're going to turn up the boost.
Why is it on an anti-vibration bracket?
So I was talking to Gary APT, who's obviously a good friend, been a bit of a, to be fair, a bit of a mentor as I started my journey tuning. So he was the first person to teach me how to operate a dyno. I used to use his Dyno Dynamics 4-wheel drive way back before I had my own. And yeah, we were having a chat. I popped up to get some injectors tested last week, and we were just having a chat about solenoids and blah, 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 blah. And he was saying that obviously he runs them all the time on Evo builds that he does, which obviously he's very well known for, time attack builds and such. And he was saying that apparently with the Mac valves, if they vibrate, it will actually increase boost duty. Increasing boost duty is good, uncontrolled boost duty is not great.
No such thing as uncontrolled if you're just trying to send it to the moon.
What, the pistons to the moon?
Everything.
Okay. So, yeah, we did some looking online, found a bracket from somewhere. Is it Evil Empire Performance, I think they're called?
We will put the link up.
Yeah, we will put the link in the description. But basically, it's just like just a bracket on like an anti-vibration mount, which is it's basically a bolt with a rubber part and then a threaded portion for you to obviously screw the bracket into. So we mounted that on the bulkhead. We've left the combination of springs I was running already, which is 7.5 PSI in the gate. So that's pretty much that. We're just going to turn it up. The plan today basically is turn it up to a bar of boost. Obviously adjust fueling and timing, see what power it makes. I estimate about 320 horsepower. I could be very wrong, both good ways and bad ways. Yeah, it may do less, it may do more. The engine, obviously we covered in, I don't even know what part it was now. In one of the previous videos, I'll be honest, we've been doing so much filming on this lately, I can't remember if it was part 6 or 7. But I covered the spec of the engine. The thing that I didn't mention is obviously it's got the Wastegate pistons in this are turbo spec pistons. It's also got a slightly thicker head gasket, all of which will drop the compression. So it's very likely if I spin it up on the current setup, which is obviously done on the standard spec engine, it's very possible it will make less power. But by the same token, we should be able to feed in more ignition time before seeing knock. Obviously we were quite conservative on timing before, A, because we weren't trying to make all the power in the world, but B, we were just trying to get it safe to run this engine in. So yeah, like I said, doing just a pass on the old tune, this will probably make less power. But that's kind of it. That's pretty much the plan today, is turn it up, see where we land, and then we've got some more goodies on order. Another track day, and then depending on
how it all goes.
Yeah, how it all goes, and if I blow the gearbox into 1,000 pieces, we may turn it up even further.
I'm saying. Right, okay, so what we're doing now is basically just get on with a rip.
Basically what we're going to do is we're literally going to shoot for making more power. I'm going to come back and do the boring steady state stuff probably after work, because no one wants to see me spending an hour or two doing steady state with the car not moving. So
Awesome. All right, let's do that then.
Yep.
Why? What's happened, Joseph?
We have lost power.
We've lost power.
Yeah, only a little bit.
Lost the source.
Yeah, we've lost a little bit of source. So we've done a pull, coming at 244 horsepower, so about 16 horsepower down.
Was to be expected though, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, like I said at the beginning of the video, I mean, obviously there may be people out there that disagree with me. There probably will be, there always is. But obviously with a higher compression engine, you normally don't need as much timing or boost to make power. With a lower compression engine, obviously you will use more. Higher comp is, I mean, in my experience, always more sensitive or knock sensitive. You become knock limited a lot faster. Don't get me wrong, both high comp and low comp setups have their advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, so it was half to be expected. But the plan is pretty much now we're going to feed some duty in, obviously work the fueling and timing as we go, and try and get up around a bar of boost.
Okay, let's do it! Where are we at duty-wise?
35 down to 30.
Time for some 50% loving.
Yeah, there's a bit more timing in there.
Huh?
There's a bit more timing in there.
Got all the timing in? What boost pressure are you making?
0.8, and it comes off down to 0.66.
Right. Would you say you're not impressed? At what?
How the turbo's responding.
Sorry?
Seems a little laggy for how
It ain't that small, mate. The engine is though. It's quite a small engine.
How slow this is spooling. too.
Yeah, this one like it's already ready, mate. It's always ready.
I can see myself falling out with this car, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, having a manifold that's literally glowing its off.
Yeah, I think the
Isn't
time of the
helping.
Clio is done, mate, I'm not gonna lie to you. And even a whole bar.
What did you say, how much? 297 horsepower?
And that's not even a full bar boost all the way, it's like 0.90 at the end.
Well, it doesn't matter how much horsepower it made if it does this.
There was issues, should we say.
Yeah, there are some. I mean, that's probably not the biggest issue. I'm trying to work out where this oil's coming from, mate. Look, you've got oil all over this.
You can see it all glistening everywhere. I tell you what I think the issue is spat it out with that breather.
That's a lot of oil to come out of a breather, mate.
Oh my god, yeah, it's everywhere. Definitely lucky it didn't go up in flames.
I think time to clear is over, mate. Because it's bad.
I think it's going to be a case of not getting. That's how the car looks right now. So that is where I think it knocks.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Boost is tailing off in this section, so if I can fet a little bit, that should clear 300 horsepower and be nice. But the thing is, it's now spitting oil out everywhere. I've got to find out where and why and how, and obviously prevent fires. I'm going to grab a plate. How flat the horsepower curve is as well.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite impressed.
yeah, it's good.
That's going to be fast.
Well, not if it's brown oil everywhere, right? Hello, Joseph.
Hello.
Hello. So, that was eventful, wasn't it?
We seem to keep having oil-related issues with this car. And I will just say this as well, just for clarification. I thought that we'd had an issue with, I don't want to say a temporary fix, and I definitely don't want to say a bodge, but there was something I did, there was a temporary bodge fix. And we thought that was the problem and the cause of my track evening being cut extremely short, and it actually wasn't. And it was actually something I didn't touch, which I'm very happy about. But I'm not happy about at the same time.
Yeah.
What
was it in the end?
So, for the turbo feed, there's some unions, and it's basically a different style to what we normally use. So, on like the MX-5 turbo platforms, we use something called a tree, which I think on the MX-5, from memory, it's a 1/8 MPT thread. It's basically plug on the back of the cylinder head, you whip that out, screw the tree in, then you can put the oil feed line in the one on the side, or the back, whichever you choose, and then the plug you take out of the head you can plug the other hole with.
Right.
The style on this is a bit different. Basically, one of the joints on that was leaking.
Okay.
So that was a very quick fix, and obviously much testing has been done since, both in the workshop, on the ramp, on the road, no leaks.
Right.
We've started winding the boost up.
Yes.
It's basically coming in at ever so slightly over a bar.
Sweet.
Tapering off to 0.9394 bar at the red line.
Not sweet.
It will be a bar soon.
I want
And
my half.
then we had oil issues, which kind of stopped us.
There was a lot of oil issues, wasn't there? It was a big smoky beast.
I mean, it's definitely a typical Renault, not wanting to hold its oil, but you know, I'm trying to get past that and give it a chance.
It's the first time we've had to have a fire extinguisher ready for a while.
Yeah, to be fair, we haven't had to use a fire extinguisher on the dyno for a long time.
Would you like to explain what had happened?
So the long and short of it is, we've had a quick look. There's a breather. So the cylinder head on this came off the turbo engine I bought that got stripped, which is why if you look at the photo montage in whichever video it is, part 6 maybe,
Part 7.
or part 7, part 6 should be part 6 engine montage.
One of the videos it's in.
Okay, one of the last couple of videos. That's why the pistons don't look new. It's because I bought an engine, we stripped it to check the tolerances, it was scrap.
Yeah.
The rods, pistons and crank could all be salvaged. The head could be salvaged, obviously with a full rebuild. And there's a breather port on the top that's welded up, but the breather port that goes to the back had not been welded up.
So
A lot of people tend to plug them on the turbo conversions. I'll be honest, I don't know why. This is the first Clio we've ever turboed, and definitely the first one I've ever chipped. So it's all a bit of a learning curve, but basically it spats some oil out the breather. and obviously there was a very hot manifold down there.
It was incredibly hot. In fact, I can put a picture up of how hot it was.
Yeah,
which I'll do.
there was some smoke, which if you're on the dyno and you're getting smoke that smells like oil, it's not normally a fun time.
Yes.
It's normally kill the car, get the fire extinguisher out, and for the best. But yeah, so I found the cause of the issue. There was also meant to be a catch can fitting this ages ago. Obviously with the changes that we made to the breather system, and obviously not checking that report, didn't happen. That's pretty much my job right now, is to clean everything down, get the catch can in, so if it does spit a bit of oil out, it's not going to go over the manifold, and potentially be a fire hazard. The last parts made 297 horsepower.
Okay, so we're just over halfway there.
The boost curve's lovely and flat. I've made a couple of changes to ignition timing because there was a tiny bit of knock. So I've pulled a bit of timing out there. I've added a bit of timing further up, and it's pretty much ready to do another pass. Obviously, once I've sorted out the catch can.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where we're at now.
All right, awesome. So basically, plan of action is brake cleaner everywhere once it's cold.
Yeah, pretty
Clean
much.
it
Just
off.
Clean it all off.
Bang a catch can on.
Where
1.5 bar.
Yeah, work out where we're going to.
You said yeah, now it's too late. You said yeah, it's too late.
So yeah, we'll get it cleaned down, get the catch can in. I'll apply this revision to the ECU because obviously I've done it with it all switched off. So yeah, we'll get that done, do another pass. I'll be honest, I think my estimation of 320 brake is a bit generous.
Okay, well yeah, seeing as we're basically at a bar already.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it comes in ever so slightly over a bar, and then it tails off very smoothly down to like 0.93, 0.94. So we'll ramp a little more duty in
To get it to run for a bar.
basically just to try and make it hold a bar. And then like I said, I'll play with some time as much as I can. Obviously, I'm watching the voltage feed from the knock sensor just to see kind of where I can add a bit and where I've got to take it out, and see if the gearbox survives a bit longer.
Okay, so
I mean, to be fair, we're at nearly 380 newton meters, and the box hasn't gone bang yet. I'm actually quite impressed.
yeah, so on a good day we might see 305 horsepower with a little bit more duty.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't want to go, and I know this is like so contradictory to everything we preach about turning up the boost. I'm still trying to be so sensible with it. Part of me says just ram 2 bar of boost down it and
That's what I'm saying.
just blow it up all over the floor.
The part of you that's saying that you should listen to, the part of you that's saying not to do that should remove that t-shirt, but not on camera because no one needs to see that. Okay, so let's get a catch can sorted out, get one slapped on real quick time, and then send it some more, I guess.
Let's do it. How's it going?
All right. So, catch cans in, temporarily fixed.
Until we temporarily break it again.
Until we temporarily break everything, yeah. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, we've done 304 horsepower at a bar.
And?
There may have been a run where it made a bit more than that, and it did
325 and 413 on the nose, Newton meters. 307 foot-pound. That gearbox is going to have 7 neutrals soon.
Well, 6 because it's only a 5-speed.
It's only 5-speed.
Yeah, I have 6 neutrals soon.
6 neutrals, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuel's spot on.
Okay.
If you look at my request versus actual, it is
Yeah, I can see it.
super flat. So
Super flat.
which is good. So I'm just going to go back and spend a load of time in steady state. Just make sure everything's good.
Okay, awesome. So that's concluding the boost turning uppage of the Clio for now.
Just for now.
Just for now, and then 1.7 bar. Okay, so we'll probably catch up with this next, brakes? That kind of area?
Yeah, the brakes should be here. They were some of the goodies I've got on order. Brakes we've got to sort. Basically, my plan as it sits right now is I'm going to do some steady state, finish dialing it in with some boost duty applied lower down as well. So I'm going to set, now I've got my numbers on the 100% throttle table. I'm going to set some numbers lower down, go through that. The next stuff will probably be brakes. Then there's potentially another track that I'm going to do. To be honest, with how it is now, I wanted to put some miles on it again, make sure it's all right. Then there was something else. I need to take the exhaust manifold off, have that planed, have it ceramic coated because everything's getting very hot.
Yep.
And then kind of see where we go.
Okay,
I think this will be about the size of the plan.
Awesome. Let's catch up with that. The brakes get here, I guess.
Awesome.